Resveratrol, the molecular ace tucked away in the skin of red grapes, is proof that sometimes the most sophisticated biohacks come wrapped in a fruit. This plant-derived polyphenol doesn't just ride along in your glass of red wine like a glorified antioxidant. It's quietly activating some of the most powerful longevity genes in your body. Think of resveratrol as the sleek, grape-flavored key to unlocking SIRT1, one of the master regulators of cellular aging, genome maintenance, and mitochondrial health. Let's start with SIRT1, the headline act in the sirtuin family. Sirtuins are enzymes that depend on NAD+ and function like molecular moderators. They turn off inflammatory genes, stabilize DNA under stress, and tell your cells when to repair, when to clean house via autophagy, and when to slow their roll and conserve resources. Under calorie restriction, sirtuins kick into high gear, extending lifespan and improving cellular efficiency across multiple species. But guess what? Resveratrol mimics this same metabolic signal without forcing you to skip dinner or live on kale water. When resveratrol activates SIRT1, it sets off a ripple effect. First, SIRT1 deacetylates key transcription factors like FOXO and PGC1A. These aren't just random molecules. They control genes that govern antioxidant defense, DNA repair, and mitochondrial function. As a result, your cells become better at resisting oxidative stress, neutralizing free radicals, and repairing broken DNA strands before they mutate into something unfortunate. In essence, resveratrol trains your cells to behave like they're still young and metabolically sharp, even if you're closer to collecting retirement benefits than college credits. And speaking of mitochondria, resveratrol doesn't just help preserve them, it encourages the creation of new ones. By activating PGC1A, it boosts mitochondrial biogenesis, giving your cells fresh energy engines and increasing your overall metabolic efficiency. Aging cells often suffer from mitochondrial dysfunction. They make less ADP, leak more ROS, and slowly grind into fatigue mode. Resveratrol hits the refresh button, coaxing cells back into high-function mode and reducing the systemic drag that often accompanies getting older. Resveratrol also plays a role in DNA integrity, not just by preventing oxidative damage, but by helping regulate the proteins involved in DNA repair. With age, DNA becomes more susceptible to strand breaks and mutations due to accumulated insults. But SIRT1 activation has been shown to preserve telomere length, enhance DNA repair enzyme activity, and prevent inappropriate gene expression by stabilizing chromatin structure. In this way, resveratrol doesn't just keep your genes intact, it helps maintain their epigenetic context, making sure they function the way they're supposed to. And let's not forget inflammation, the slow-burning fuel of biological aging. Resveratrol inhibits inflammatory mediators like NF-B and COX-2, keeping systemic inflammation on a tighter leash. This reduces the chronic, low-grade immune activation that contributes to cardiovascular decline, insulin resistance, and neurodegeneration. In other words, resveratrol tells your immune system to chill unless there's a real reason to panic, helping you avoid aging's favorite side dish, inflammaging. Now, before you go sprinting to the wine aisle, here's a small dose of reality. You need to drink an unrealistic amount of red wine to get a meaningful dose of resveratrol. A glass or two might make you feel emotionally bulletproof, but for therapeutic effects, you're better off looking to supplements or concentrated extracts. That said, the broader Mediterranean diet, rich in polyphenol, fiber, healthy fats, and yes, a bit of wine, creates a supportive metabolic environment where resveratrol can really shine. In the end, resveratrol is more than a fad compound. It's a plant-derived molecule that taps into some of the most fundamental anti-aging mechanisms known to science. It mimics fasting, boosts mitochondrial function, enhances DNA repair, and silences unnecessary inflammation, all while sounding like something you'd order at a vineyard. Whether you're trying to squeeze a few extra healthy decades out of your genome, or just optimize how your cells handle stress, resveratrol is the grape whisper your DNA didn't know it needed.